Hello and welcome again to TelecomTV. My name's Martyn Warwick. We're here in Spain, in Barcelona, at Mobile World Congress 2014. And I'm talking with Julia Ochinero of HP. Julia, welcome. Let's begin at the beginning then. Tell us about your latest research.
So what we did, Martin, as we got prepared to launch HP's Open NFV program here at Mobile World Congress, we wanted to first understand, what the CIOs and the CTOs in the industry were thinking when it came to NFV. So we surveyed 100 CIOs and CTOs around the world about their impressions about NFV, what some of the choice points that we're going to have to be making, and generally where they thought it would go in the years ahead.
And what were the primary findings?
Primary findings are, first of all, it's a big deal. So it's the number one most important focus for the CSPs we spoke to.
Looking over the past year or so in the industry has been focusing very much on NFV, Network Functions Virtualization, SDN, convergence, cloud and so on. There's been a huge amount of interest. There's also been quite a degree of hype around it. That hype now in 2014 is becoming more like something that is really going to happen. When do you think NFV is going to really play a major role?
Yeah, great question. And this is not my personal view, but it's the view of the CSPs we spoke to. And they're looking at this becoming a real factor in their business in 2 to 3 years.
Okay. What do you think is driving the move towards NFV?
That's a great question. And I think depending on who you ask, you might get a different answer. But as we asked the CIOs and CTOs we spoke to over the phone, the main driver is getting to revenue and getting to revenue faster. So CapEx remains is number 2, but getting to revenue faster is number 1 for sure. And in the background amongst all of this is the CSP's desire to figure out a better way to compete with the over-the-top provider.
What do you think are the priority areas for NFV implementation, given the research you've just conducted?
Well, it kind of relates to the last thing I just shared. It's about the ability to deliver services that in the current environment aren't cost effective to do so. So there are things they aren't doing now, so the ability to drive new services.
And what else came out of the research which was notable?
One of the real notable findings is one of their concerns as they drive towards NFV is interoperability issues, and that's how we focused our program to address that. So the HP Open NFV program does a number of things, but first and foremost, it's very open. Our reference architecture is open. We have a partner program, and we have a lab where we're going to be testing some of those innovative applications from the ISVs, the emerging ISVs, and making the drive for innovative applications to market faster, but also with a little fewer risks that might normally be associated. So interoperability is a big issue. We think we're addressing that with our program. The other opportunity we think is really important is to take that IT cost model that you see largely when you virtualize an IT data center, and that's another opportunity HP thinks we're well suited to drive, is taking that IT leadership from the data center and applying it to the carrier network.
Julia Ochinero, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for having me, Martin.